Hi sailors! Now I want to talk about Saint Modestos. So the story begins a little bit sad. Saint Modestos was only 5 months old, very little when his parents died. But thankfully God allowed him to be with somebody who raised him as Christian. So when he was grown up, he was sold as a slave to a pagan in Egypt. Pagans are people who don't worship one god, they worship multiple gods. But luckily, Saint Modestos succeeded in bringing his owner to the Christian faith. Then his owner freed him. So Saint Modestos took off to Mount Sinai, and that's where he lived in asceticism. An ascetic lives in asceticism. An ascetic is like a monastic, but they live alone. They're all alone. Very, very strict. So then, Saint Modestos was chosen as the Patriarch of Jerusalem. And he was like the shepherd for Christ's flock. Because we're called Christ's flock. We're called sheep, and Christ is the shepherd. And sometimes, the bishop is a shepherd too. Saint Modestos passed away in the year 634. So there's a very interesting story. You see, Saint Modestos is a patron saint for animals. All the animals. Now my story is about animals on land. But guess where else there are animals? Sailors. That's right. In the water. I hope that's what you were thinking. There are fish, sharks, eels, octopuses. So here's a story. One time during a harvest, there was a farmer who harnessed his oxen. He had ox. Oxen are like cows but bigger. And he had a cart hooked up to his oxen, and he was loading stuff on the cart to go to work. But the devil was not very nice, and he wanted to cause some problems. So the devil decided to make the oxen sick and disturbed until they fell down on the road. I think they might have died. I don't know. So the farmer was sad. Please, somebody, my God, save my oxen through the prayers of our Holy Father Modestos. And by Saint Modestos' prayer, he brought the oxen back to life, and the man was able to go back to work again. But guys, can you believe it? Right after that, the man was traveling and the oxen collapsed again. So the saint knew it. He knew it right away through the Holy Spirit that the oxen collapsed again. He returned and immediately made the beasts come alive. Holy Modestos then removed his belt and tied it to the oxen, keeping them together, and that belt helped keep the devil from making them fall down again. That's a pretty cool story. And Saint Modestos was really important, and people loved him all throughout Jerusalem. So as he was going through the city one day, he came upon a poor man whose calf died, his baby cow. And the man was crying and crying and crying, and the saint saw him and felt really sad, and he wanted to help him. So he helped him by praying. And the calf came back to life. From then on, the beasts worked well and all glorified God because he bestowed much power on his servant Modestos. So it's really awesome, you see, to have our animals and for them to be healthy and happy. And we even have a saint that we can pray to help heal them if we need it. Taking care of our animals is a big responsibility, but they're really awesome. Here. Want to see mine? Oh, she's getting really, really excited. But I have another cat and a dog, if you want to see. I'll show you my animals. You have to remember to take care of them. So remember Saint Modestos. And if you have an animal and maybe think it's not feeling very good, you can pray to Saint Modestos to help heal your animal.